Hey, Terry. Oh, there goes my iron. Alright, I'm just going to leave it off for now. Can you hear me? Quack, quack, says Adam. At least your ducks got through. All your ducks are in a row. Thread my machine. I'm running late. It's been a crazy day. Hey, Kathy. Glad you could make it. Hey, Vicki. I'll be right with you guys. I'm just threading up my machine. Adam, you're up late. Are you on a candy buzz? Hey, Jean. Hey, Sherry. That's okay. Catch the replay, whatever you need to do. Hi, Janet. Jean, it sounds funny because I think I'm getting a cold. I just feel tired and my voice sounds funny, but I don't feel sick. Okay, so we've got a few people here just in case we get some bad spammers or something. Adam's feeling a bit sour and a bit Swedish. Shall you tell them or should I? We have an inside joke. He got some candy today. I am glad that everyone who was here could show up. And even if you could only stay for a few minutes, I am thankful for that. How is Susan? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay. Is she big and lazy? Hey Beverly, how are you doing? How you doing? Yeah, Adam, it's funny that package finally came today because I wrote them an email today and I said this is my third email and I would appreciate an answer. Because I'd written them before just about not being able to find a tracking number. Yes, Terry. During our, and Swedish Fish, you're a smart girl. During that Zoom meeting or Zoom sew-along that Adam and I had, we got talking about candy. If you watched it, you already know. So my husband and I figured that was kind of sad that he couldn't get that candy over there. So a friend of mine whose mom lives in England told me about this place called American Candy Company.uk or something like that. And she said you can go on there and order American candy and have it shipped in the UK. So that's what we did. He's jittering around. Hello, Judy L. Glad you could join us for our quilt along. We're doing block number 8 tonight, everyone. I'm going to try to stay well hydrated. And hopefully I don't have to make any breaks because of that. Oh no, Adam, you have to share. It depends. They're yours. But both of your names were on there or should have been on there. So, you have to be nice. You have to be nice. Now, I figured those would help keep you happy. But anyway, yes, my husband Johnny and I sent Adam and Darren a family-size package of Swedish Fish and Sour Patch Kids. But of course, all they had in stock was the big Sour Patch Kids, not the regular size ones. But that's all right. Oh, so what has everyone been working on today? I didn't get any sewing done, but I did think about a lot of sewing. And I have a few tutorials. Of course, I have all these things that I've been wanting to make a tutorial about. I mean, since before I had my channel. And there's things that are really fun, like the cat toys. I want to get to those because so many people have cats. And there's so many fun projects, but I'm also trying to get things that are helpful around our own homes or persons, but also could be a Christmas gift because everybody is looking for these. Hi, Carol. How are you? Good to see you. Adam, 4, really? Tell him he can have more if he buys you a 1 yard of Tula. They're in your sewing room. You can hide them in there. Nobody would ever find them. Hey, Marcella. I just love your name. Marcella O'Shaughnessy. That just sounds like it all goes together. Well, we're glad that you stopped in. Even if you can't stay, you can catch the replay. Oh, you finished block number 7. You call it cat art quilt. It's not going well. I got half of that. I'm sorry, Terry. I'm a little dense tonight. Beverly's working on bowl cozies. Good, good, good. Anyone with a channel, please, can the moderators drop the links? So, 2 yards of Tula, hold out for 2. Yes. Hold out for all you can get. I want anyone to always drop their links, whether it's a YouTube channel, a website, a Facebook group that you have. You are welcome to share on my streams. We're working on a cat art quilt. Okay, all right. Now that I wasn't sure if you were trying to say something else. A Bernina. Huh. How does that work? I just want to know. Hey, Linda. Glad you could join us. Yippee yahoo. Good to see you. And, oh, Lynn. Oh my, no, I haven't. I need to get a piece of paper though. So for anyone listening, I know there are 2 people that wanted the measuring boxes. And silly me, I'm like, oh, I'll remember that. I don't remember. So now I need to go back through the last live stream. But if you're watching this and you had wanted one, please email me or message me, and I apologize. But I mean, I know I have it there and I can look back to look through it, but And while I'm right here, I still have these 2 autumn bags. They have let's see. This is what the inside looks like. So they have a double-sided pocket with the magnetic clasp, and they're $30. And if you're interested, please send me an email or a private message, or just let me know somehow, and they can be yours for $30. And if it's in the US, even because it's getting late into the autumn, I will pay the shipping. All right, let's see. I gotta go catch up here. Jean, tried to reorganize my thoughts, plans, and to-do list today. I'm assuming you mean to-do list. Okay, I'm going to have to check out the new Tula line because I haven't seen it. Of course, I'm not a Tula buff like some of you people are. It's pretty, but there are some of her line that I just don't like at all. And then there's other ones that are like, so. Are you guys like that, even the Tula fans? Do you have some that you like, and then do you have some that you don't really care for? I'll put it that way. Let's see. So Jean, I don't know how you did reorganizing. I did a little bit in my sewing room yesterday and the day before. I think it was the day before. I had this Walmart box at some order, I don't know, paper towels or something came in, and I keep all my fusibles in there. So I organized that, cleaned that up, and then in this sewing table that I have, it has 3 drawers that just slide out. As you can see, they're still full. But I went through and took anything out that mostly didn't belong and tried to organize them and wound up my bobbins, because my bobbins, I just set them everywhere. So Adam's freaking out about the new Tula line. Kathy says she's all caught up on Crazy Blocks. Lisa, Terry types faster than I. Oh, giraffes and hippos. I'll definitely have to check that out. I bet that's cute. Thank you for all the links. Thank you, guys. Hello, Donna. How are you doing? Glad you could join us. Judy's not a Tula fan. You know, I never was, but it has grown on me. It really has. But like I just said, there is some that I wouldn't have. Like, I just wouldn't make anything out of it. Or I can't picture myself making anything out of it. Lisa, if you find the Sanity, certainly let me know where you found it and how to go about getting it. Thank you, Beverly, for the reminder to give a thumbs up. It really does help me, guys, when you give a thumbs up. Hi, Delia. Terry says there's one I don't love, just one fabric. Well, you're doing better than me. Delia, we're glad you could join us tonight. Thank you. Kathy says she doesn't have any Tula. Hello, Lorraine Trelinsky. How are you doing? Glad you could join us. And Shirley is here. I feel like we're amongst royalty now. Look at you all coming in here. So fun. Everyone's saying hello, hello. That's great. Hey, Kathy. She's stuck in creative chaos, because aren't we all? Norla, hello. Oh my goodness, all kinds of people. Goodness gracious. So good to see you all. Okay, it is just about 6 o'clock. I'll wait just a couple of minutes and see if we have any more. I'm not sure how many people we have here. We've got 30, I think, right now. Yeah. Hey, Lupe, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while. You know who I have been wondering about, guys? Is Vivian Torres, because she's down in Puerto Rico. Now they had that storm and it took out her internet and her electricity. I was going to say her internet and her Wi-Fi. And then I heard from her daughter, because I had to mail her something, but this was a month ago. So I mailed it and she got it and she had Wi-Fi, so she messaged me back, but then nothing from her. I haven't seen her on the videos, comments. I haven't heard from her. Now I know that some parts of Puerto Rico are still without, so wow, that's a long time. A long time. Hello, Penny. How are you doing? Glad you could join us. Happy. And Lynn, I'm working on my first gift November make. Well, there. Well, Lupe, you didn't miss this live. Hopefully you can stay. So, is everybody, I don't know, how many are sewing with me? Let's, just let me know, sewing or just chatting, and I don't care either way. I'm just trying to get a gauge on how many are sewing with me tonight. If you could, please, and thank you. And I'll give you guys a chance to type while I make sure I have everything set up to get started. Take off all my jewelry. We've only got 4 more after tonight. That's pretty exciting, and then we'll be able to get started with our I'm going to say our sashing and things. So we've got to start thinking about that. Hi, Ella. Good to see you. Got you on the big screen. Well, that's a scary thought. Oh, you're sewing a jar opener. That's awesome. I was talking to my mom earlier today, and she's interested in making some of the jar openers. Okay, Linda is sewing, Judy's chatting, Delia's watching and chatting, Lupe chatting and watching, we'll make the block later, Lynn chatting and fixing granola. Selena, good morning to you in Australia. It's an evening here, but it must be 8 a.m. there. And I know this. How? No, I do know. I actually have 2 clocks over here. I have time for England and Australia. I have 2 clocks. But a dear friend of mine lives in Australia, so I know exactly what time it is. It took me a little while to learn that, but I did. Thank you for dropping in, Selena. It's awesome to see you. Janet is chatting. Jean is watching and chatting. We'll piece it later tonight or tomorrow. Ella's saying hi to everyone. And Dakin, is it Dakin with a long A or a short A of Dakin? I never know, so I apologize. Hand quilting a blanket for my granddaughter. I will have to catch up on the block later. That's fine. We just love to have everyone here. Joy, first time on a live chat. I enjoy your videos. Well, thank you, Joy. Okay, so I see some new people here. So I do this silly thing because one time I had a subscriber who kept saying, I keep missing your live streams. And so finally I told her, I said, when you make a live stream, I'll do a happy dance. And I did. I mean, I did get up and do a little, dance. But now it has gone to, it's just a rah-rah from the chair, but this is for all the new live stream people, okay? Are you ready? And it goes, and I go. We're all about the silly around here. I'm so glad that you all came. This is exciting. But thank you, Joy. I'm glad you made the live chat, and thank you. I'm glad you enjoy my videos. Delia plans on making some of the jar openers and get to making the blocks after I get the 100 days, 100 blocks done. Norma Jean is chatting, working on Scrappy string blocks. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Because that is exactly what we are making tonight. Short A, so Dakin. Okay, I'm going to try to remember that. Selena, yes, 8 a.m. is your dear friend Nanny B. I'm friends with her too. We lived close a few years ago. Well, lucky you. Yes, it is. She is a sweetheart. Yeah. Okay. Adam, ooh, here she goes. Yeah, right? So scary. Hey, Audrey. Good to see you. Good to see you. Cassie, hi from England. Shirley, not sewing. It's only 4 p.m. here in Canada. Just got back from the doctor's appointment on blood thinners, and blood is too thin, at risk for bleeding. Dang, have to avoid sharp objects. Now, how do they expect you to do that, Shirley? Did you tell them what line of craft you're in? Oh, no, Audrey, I'm sorry. Down with COVID. I am sorry, and I hope that you're feeling better soon and that you just have a mild case of it. All right. So because I am really tired and not feeling 100%, not that we weren't going to do this block anyway, but we're going to do it tonight instead of what I had originally planned. So we're going, hi Giovanna, how are you? From Italy. We're so glad you could drop in. Okay, so we're going to take our block, and I'm starting with a 14-inch that I will cut down. And because I just adore this fabric, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay it from corner to corner. Now, if you wanted to use the quilt as you go method, you would simply You wouldn't even have to use this. You could just use your batting or put your backing. I understand that when you do the quilt as you go, you do the batting on there. But I know some people will use batting, and then their top piece. And other people just use batting and their top, and then they put the backing on separate. But, you know. Okay, let's see. Hey, Yo Patty, how you doing? You followed my Facebook link to get here, so it worked. Good to know. Cassie must live somewhere near Adam. Giovanna, it's 11 p.m. Okay, so you're on the same time as Adam is. So in Italy, it's the same time as it is in England. That's good to know. Lupe, Marie, you are so international. I think I am. I think I am. Whoops, I'm losing my screens here. There we go. I have to have 2 screens and move them over. I have to have one, which is OBS Studio, that shows me what you guys see. And then I have the chat on the side that's coming through my other, but you guys don't need to know that. Adam, away. I bought a car from Boston. How'd you get a car from Boston? I'm just wondering. Kathy Bennett, I found out I was using 100% polyester Gutermann thread. I never checked. It kept breaking on me quite often, so I went to Joann's and purchased their Gutermann 100% cotton. The deal was buy 3, get 3. Well, that was a good deal. I've never really had many issues with polyester thread. I do prefer cotton. Hey, Maxine! Whew. She slid in the door just in the nick of time. We're just getting started. Kathy's making the block with me tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. You guys, but you used to be 5 hours ahead. Oh, the time change over here, and you guys didn't change times. I gotcha. Kathleen, hello, Kathleen Major. She says, hi, Marie. I've been watching your channel for a while now and really enjoy it. I have so many scraps, have been gathering my fabric to make the blocks. That is awesome. Maxine, made it. Yeah, you did make it by the skin of your teeth, as they say. Okay, there must be a Boston in England is what I assume. Not the same as Boston, Mass. Okay, so we'll get started. So I'm sure so many of you are experienced, but since this is a very beginner-friendly quilt, we had to have a Scrappy strip block in. So you take your piece and you go corner to corner. Leave that right side up. I have to make sure I have a piece that's long enough. Now, you lay your next piece so that it's right sides facing, and just match up your edges. And I'm going to pin that in place. Whoops, I guess I should pin it to the block. I need to take it off that little square I have it on because it's so sticky that I can't move it. I made a soup earlier today. Hamburg soup and dumplings. Yummy. I've already had 2 bowls. I had one when I took it off the stove, and I had one just before this live stream so that I wouldn't get hungry. I can't be hungry. Daylight saving fell back an hour. Yes, that's true, Adam. Lupe says, I started free motion quilting, but I'm having problems with eyelashes on the back. Any suggestions? My suggestion is Marie needs to learn how to free motion quilt because Marie is terrible at it. And I think what it is some of the machines that I've had were not very good at it. This one I haven't really tried. I know people can free motion on a lot of different ones. So I'm sure it's possible, but not for me right now. So someone else might be able to help you with that. It's just not me. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter stitch length, You can use 2.0, you can use whatever your little heart desires. I wouldn't go any larger, really, actually, in all honesty, because you want it to stay together. And I need to turn on my iron, don't I? I let it turn off. I just realized the other day my ruler is in bad shape. I've nicked it so many times that I don't have a straight edge anymore on either one. Okay, let's see. The clock's changing. I'm with you, Cassie. I'm with you. Boston, Lincolnshire. Yeah, I figured it wasn't Boston, Massachusetts, but... Oh, Lisa, how exciting! My favorite eldest son called. He's engaged. Congratulations. Yeah, Cassie, the clock's changing. That's just ridiculousness. I just don't understand why it has to. Okay, I am going to go to my iron and I'm going to press this open. This is a really quick block. If I could tell you the number of string quilts I've made. And almost all the strips that I'm using tonight came from my Scrappy strip packs from My Fabric Addiction 1 on Etsy. I love those things. I mean, yes, I have my own scraps, but I also have some of hers because I love them. All right. So this is what I have. Now, I have varying widths of strips. I have everything from 1 inch up to 2. So what I like to do is vary not only the colors, but the widths. And now I'm going to put a fabric on this side and a fabric on this side. So I'm going to lay those right sides together. And I think I'm going to do something a little different in color there next to the pink. I have I have a quilt partially made downstairs in my closet that is a Scrappy strip quilt. And it has been in that closet partially done for 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. And the reason I haven't done it is because the sashing that I was using on it, the blue, actually I have some that's very close to it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, if someone tells me where I put it. It's like this. It's what I call mottled, only it's a navy blue instead of this royal blue. Now I have found some of the darker blue, but it doesn't match up exactly. But you know, I had a woman give me a piece of that fabric a while back, and it was pretty much a match. But where I'll put it. Okay, so how this happened is I started the quilt and I started cutting sashing, and then we moved. And when we moved, I packaged, you know, I bagged put it in a bag, which went inside a box, and then it kind of went into storage and all this and that. And I didn't put all that blue mottled fabric that I was using for the sashing in with it. I had that fabric in with my sewing supplies. So what happened? I used it for something else. And then when I, a year or two later went to work on the quilt, I thought, oh no. So part of it has the sashing already sewn on in strips. I've got rows done and rows not done. So you know what it's going to be? It's going to be me finishing it up with a fabric that isn't an exact match, but it's going to have to do, because what else can I do? Yes, technically I could seam rip it all out, but I really don't want to. Okay, I'm going to catch up here. Gotta go back up. Okay, let's see. Boy, I missed a lot. Rikia, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Jean still does not have feeling in her foot. My goodness, Jean. I don't know. I just don't know. Adam, thank you for helping Lupe out with some suggestions. I'm missing something here. Terry. Hi, Nanny B. Hey, Kelly. You're okay, Nanny. Better late than never. Better late than never. Crystal, well, hello. I think this is your first time here. We're glad to have you. Welcome, welcome. Terry, my goodness. A table, I just cringe. I cringe. Yes, Nanny. I heard you have a friend in here. I heard you used to live near Selena. So, I was a little bit jealous. Yes, Joy, I agree. Her strips are awesome, and she has, for anyone who likes, why can't I think of the term? Batiks. She now has a batik scrap pack. That's okay. You can watch on the replay. You come back whenever you can, but thank you so much for dropping in. We appreciate that. We really, really do. And we will have fun. Terry says, I think I bought from her 3 times since you told me about her. Maybe 15 yards of fabric. More in my cart. I love her shop. I do too. And she's such a sweet person. She really, really is. We had a good Halloween. Kelly, thank you. We had a lot of trick-or-treaters. Somewhere around 80. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, goodness, you're going to be able to stay. That's so good. And now, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Lucrezia? It sounds to me like it would be Lucrezia, but what do I know? And Adam is talking about the free motion quilting. Lisa, she's a cop. She's got my 6th sense of humor. I feel like he made a good choice. Win-win. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, you don't have to be a fast texter. I'm a slow reader. And I'm always behind. Hey, Mona. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sue Lambert. Hello, hello. Kelly's going to try a rainbow quilt in the spring. Paper and rectangles, not squares. I hope I'm not missing anything. Sue, you finally made a live. We're so glad you did. I'm always happy to see people who weren't able to make it before. Kelly got 140. Kathy, you have some of that mottled blue fabric. Yeah, it matches with everything, right? Okay, so On my center strip, I have one right sides facing on each side that I am going to sew. And from my iPad right here, I can watch the chat, kind of, sort of. Because I ought to catch up first. Hey, Aunt Di, how are you doing tonight? So glad you could join us. Diane, are you working on the block or just chatting? Because anyone who is late here, I can tell you what we're working on. If you need to, just let me know in the chat, in the comments. And this Wednesday is exciting. This Wednesday is the drawing, our monthly drawing for the Creative Word of the Day winner. So that's always good. Always fun. Yeah, as soon as this live stream is over, this chickie is going to bed. I'm tired. I've been tired all day long. I feel like my eyes are going like this. Now, I sat outside for a while on the porch last night to give out the Halloween candy. My husband and I had it all bagged up. Like, we had all kinds of different candies in a little, we just put them in a clear snack bag. Like, they're not the size of a sandwich baggie, they're just a snack baggie. But we had those things right full because he was holding them open and I was cramming all the candy in. Because we buy different kinds of candy and then we throw it all in there so they get a mix. Giovanna, I've been digging in my fabric box and cutting all day today as here it is a public holiday. What holiday is that? I'd be interested to know. Aunt Diane, she's running late. Seems to be a trend with me. I'm sewing but still on last week's block, my second one. That's fine. Catch us on the replay. Adam, you are probably really close on that. Lucrezia. That's probably much closer than mine. Had 0 trick-or-treaters, but the new neighbors bought us a bag of candy. Yeah, Adam got candy for trick-or-treat. Yeah, he wasn't able to knock on my door and say trick-or-treat, but his candy came in today. Oh. So who have I missed? Have I missed any? If I've missed any hellos, I am so sorry. Steve Schumacher, hello. Is this your first live? I can't remember if you've been here before or not. Oh, All Saints Day. I got you. I should have known that. Thank you for that, Giovanna. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, I am going to iron this open. Get moving on here. It's not a difficult block. I just keep stopping to chat. Chat. But as you can see, these two are similar in size, in width. So I'm going to do something a little different this next time. So again, right sides facing. I'm going to go a little wider this time, and I'm using a 1/4 inch foot. It's not necessary. You can use, when you're doing these kind of blocks, whether it's a crazy block or a crumb block, you can use whatever sewing foot you want to use because your seam allowance is not a huge deal on these. Not at all. And you know, I don't know how many of you know, but like I said on Wednesday that I had cut myself on my rotary cutter. It does a pretty good job of cutting, let me tell you. Anyway, I need to cut something else out here. That's not wide enough or long enough. That still is not healed up. It's better than it was, but it's definitely not healed by a long shot. And I'm paranoid about cutting. Every single time I cut during a live stream, I think of my friend Brenda. Because she told me she doesn't do live streams anymore because she cut herself on a rotary cutter during a live stream and almost cut her finger off. And that's all I think about now when I'm doing a live stream and cutting. I don't blame her. I would have a hard time with that as well. I looked today, for some reason, I was in my YouTube studio. Oh, goodness. I probably didn't keep track of it, but let me see. That scrap fabric box video has had 2,700 views, which for me is huge. It's huge. All right, let me see. I gotta scroll back up. Oh, Mikey, I didn't see you. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Okay, Mona, did you need to see what I'm sewing? Just in case you were talking to me, I started with a square, a 14-inch square, and I put a piece of fabric diagonally, corner to corner, right side up. And I'm laying fabric right side down, lining it up on the edge and sewing. We're making a string block. Oh, Adam got it. That's awesome. Good for Adam. He didn't do trick or treat this year. I didn't want to share my treats. Well, oh goodness, Santa's watching. The next holiday's coming. And this can be done quilt as you go. If you, well, I mean, it is quilt as you go method at this point because of the way I'm sewing it. But you definitely could put some batting in there. I know some of you have bent the blocks for this quilt along. As many as you were able to, you have been doing the quilt as you go. So this is a little more friendly to that. Yeah. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. Lisa, that's a good question. Let me word it the way I hear her typing it. It says, the question is, Adam, would you trade candy for Tula? And the answer is, date candy for Tula or candy I don't like. Yeah, Di, I sound that way. I'm just tired more than anything. But, you know. Adam, to be fair, I'd probably sell my auntie for Tula. Terry, those rotary cutters are no joke. Oh, you got that right. Janice, hello. Good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. Enjoying this live. That's very good. And yes, be careful with the rotary cutter. Terry, I bought a handle for my ruler so my hand is away from the cutter at all times. I have one of those, but no matter where I put it, I couldn't see through it. So it didn't work out well for me. And then the one I cut it on is the safety one. Let me show you the one I cut it on. Is the one you're not supposed to be able to cut yourself on. On this one, where this goes along here, I cut myself on this because this is over on my stand and the tip of my singer sits on this. And I was kind of dusting. I guess I missed some spots, but I was dusting the other day. And when the cloth went near here, this was down here. And when I was wiping, it sliced straight up underneath there. So that's how I cut myself. Now I can't get this back. Whoops, how it was. It's gonna go over here. So that's how I cut myself. Okay, I'm sewing. But that is a good idea, Terry. It just didn't really work for me. Okay, I have to catch up. Lynn, that's a good idea. I think I do have a ruler on there. I'm not positive, but a glove. I'd forgotten about that. I've always wanted one. Hi, TR. How are you doing? You're making my fabric basket. That's awesome. I have these things. I gotta say, I love this. This is my favorite one. Is the crumb one. And I have it sitting like this over on my shelf because I just love all that scrappy goodness. And then these two are still sitting here because I'm not sure where I'm putting them yet. But I will be putting them somewhere. But as I had said in the tutorial, there's so many different tutorials for them. I mean, mine isn't the first and it won't be the last, but I definitely wanted to make one that would hold the fat quarters and charm packs because we all have those. I can't believe how warm it's been. Usually by now we've had snow and everything, and it was 60 degrees today. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I apologize. I could Google it if I wasn't sewing, but it was a nice day, to put it that way. No, not Auntie. Yeah, Aunt Di is here. You can't be talking about sewing aunties now, Adam. That's not very funny. She might take that personally. Okay. Let me see. How did you do that? Terry, you must be talking about how did I cut myself on that thing. I have no idea. I just know I did. It shouldn't have been anywhere where I could cut myself, but I have no idea. TR, I love her videos. Who are we talking about? A channel here? I'm sorry. I get lost. I'm gonna scroll back here. Hey, Brenda. See, I knew I had to scroll back. I'm missing stuff. Yeah, the safety glove. I had forgotten about that, but I do want one because, boy, it's dangerous and you could easily lose a finger. Easily. Adam, I gave up after 4 years of interviewing and no audition. Lynn, cutting gloves are a great idea. Or Lupe says, Lynn, cutting gloves are a great idea, especially for people with bleeding problems or us fearful or accident-prone people. You're speaking my language, Lupe. Kelly, I'm not even going to try a handle for my ruler. I have a hard enough time seeing. See, that's me. I can't see it. And I did buy one. I have one, but it just didn't work out well for me. Do I use that ruler, Ella? I do, but since I moved into this room, I stuck it over there, and this is the first time I've had it out. When I dusted it the other day, I told myself I need to use it because it is very handy. But there's a learning curve there, as with anything. Lorraine, I just started the bravery of using a rotary cutter, mini ones, and what I caught myself doing is holding my eyes open till I was done. Oh my, I told myself it's not a magic wand. That's funny. That's funny. You used it once. Yeah, I like it. I just need to get more in the habit of using it because I think I would. How does this? It doesn't even make sense. I think if I were to use it more, I would use it more, if that makes sense. The more I get used to using something, the more comfortable I am with it. Okay, let's see. I use a 3-pound dumbbell on one end of my ruler, especially the 20. That's a good idea. 60 degrees in Houston and it's 60 degrees in northern Maine. That's different. Let's see. Lorraine, they're calling for -10 here next week. And then today we're +10. Is that, Lorraine, is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? Oh, TR, thank you. That's so sweet. I thought you were talking about someone else's. I'm still new. You know, I looked today to see how long I've been making videos. 8 months now. 8 months. Because I said something to someone. I said, oh, I sound like I've been doing this forever, and it's only been, and I had to look it up, 8 months. Thank you, Terry. You're sweet. Well, Ella, it's funny that you say that because when I was thinking of it yesterday, I thought I could do another one of those hints and tips videos because I have quite a few things that I've got jotted down that I'd like to show you guys. And I thought about showing that, how to use it and how it could come in handy. Okay, Kelly, check your laundry. Fire the maid. She didn't do it. Okay, Terry, I found small handles, not the big suction cups one. Brenda, hello. I just subscribed to your channel after seeing the scrap ladder block. Love the look and thank you for posting it. You're so very welcome. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. I'm so glad to have you. And just to let you know, I don't only do quilt blocks. I basically started my channel because I had scraps of fabric from years of doing quilts. So I told myself I was going to challenge myself to make as many items as I could with my scraps that weren't quilts. And here we are doing a quilt along. But I think I've only made 3 block videos that were just tutorials other than the quilt along. Generally, I just make things like bags, pot holders, all kinds of different things. But I hope you stick around and like what I have to offer, Brenda. Mikey, I missed my rotary cutter comment. Oh, I gotta scroll back up. Who said it? It's so hard to see everyone's comments and everything. I'm scrolling, but I don't know who I'm looking for. I guess I missed it, Mikey. You're going to have to tell me who said it or who said what, because I missed it. Okay. Hey, Jen. Hello. Better late than never. Better late than never. Ella says it's 61 in Southern Ohio. Hey, Sally. Good to see you. I'm in Maine. Well, I'm in Northern Maine, and she's in, I think, Southern Maine or Mid-Maine. I forget. Good to see you, Sally. After 8 months, I'm a pro. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you for that. Yes, Ella, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That's okay, Kelly. You take care. You take care. Hey, Jody from Ohio, new subscriber. Good to have you here. You guys, it's awesome. Awesome. I'm so happy. Okay, Mikey, I'll take a look back up in just a minute. Hello, Elena. Central Maine. Okay, thank you, Sally, because I'm in contact with so many people that it's so hard to remember everyone. Okay, I've got to scroll back up and look for a comment that Mikey wrote. And then I've got to go, oops, I've got to shake my iron. Shake, shake, shake. Because I heard it shut off. And I have all my blocks out here, guys, because I was going through them earlier, and they're not in order, but I thought I'd show you guys tonight. Okay, I'm still looking. I don't know how far up I'm going, but boy, I missed a lot. I apologize, you guys. I apologize. Okay, Mikey, I see where you said hi, Marie, but maybe it was above that because I don't see anything below that. I'm not seeing it. Oh, I'm not in all chat mode. There's a tab up above and it says top chat or live chat, and I was in top chat instead of live chat, which means I can miss some of the stuff. Well, I'm going to have to look for it later because I'm taking up 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I don't have it. I don't know where it is. Yeah, you can say it again and put it in all caps. That's a good idea, Ella. Thank you. It's so difficult to read comments so in chat. There's so much going on and it's popping all around the screen there. So it's difficult. That's why I always apologize to people, because I know I miss comments and it's not because I mean to. I definitely try to call out everyone, but I try to answer everyone. Okay, this is what I'm looking like at this point. I'm not sure why I am not caught up on my screen. I'm looking at myself and I am behind. Let me see. Oh, there I am. Okay. That's where I'm at now. Let me lay it across this so you can get a better look. It just shows up better against this. So this is what we have so far. I'm not very far from being done. And I'm throwing everything around. Scissors and everything. Maybe, oh, ties. Those are cool. That's cool. I've never made a tie. I've never made one. Wow. Okay. Gotta get my next pieces. Oh, I'm dropping everything here. All right. We'll see what color comes next. Yeah, so I have a few ideas for Sunday's tutorial. I don't know which one I'm going to go with yet. But I'm always trying to come up with something new, fun, and exciting. How do you earn a wrench, TR? Those are my moderators. So if we get someone comes on and they have their own channel, the moderators will put the channel link down there so everyone can click on it or know about it, or a Facebook group or a website. Or if we have a spammer come in, they boot them out. They're gone. So that's what the wrenches are. Lisa, I would love the tie pattern. Thank you for the offer. Thank you. It's one of those things that I don't know when I'd make it, but when I had occasion to do it, it would be very cool to do. So yes, I would love it. Thank you. Whoa, this YouTuber is tired. I sent my friend a message last night. I was sitting out on our porch handing out Halloween candy to the kids. And now normally my husband and I dress up on Halloween. We haven't the last few years, but we normally do. So I sent my friend a message and I said, would you like to see what I dressed up as for Halloween? And she's like, yeah, okay. I'll show you what I dressed up as for Halloween. I said I'm an old lady who hates housework and likes to sew. Lisa, oh yes, Lisa, sure. Look out for Adam, Terry, and a few of the others, the troublemakers. They wouldn't be you, though, would they? Thank you, Kathy, for reminding everyone to give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Let's see how many we have. I actually can't go look right now or I'm going to lose my screen. Let's see. Ella, I made one for my niece's boyfriend for prom, made out of scraps from her dress. Oh my land, I bet that was sweet. Shelley, hey, good to see you. So glad you could join and that you made it. You get the... That's for all the people. They get the chair, the sitting down, happy dance for making their first live stream, because I'm just that goofy. I don't mind making a fool of myself on live YouTube because, you know, I love you guys and everything, so... Oh, hello, Stella Ann. Yeah, I've had a busy day too. Glad you could join us. Good to see you as always. Yeah, Ella, I knew what you meant. I'm not one of those troublemakers. Yeah, Terry, isn't it funny? Some people will love homemade items and others do not. Oh, Lisa, you're innocent. You're absolutely innocent. That's so true. I vouch for her. Okay, oil on the rotary blades. I wipe it if there's an excess, like if it's when I change it, but it has to be there for that thing to spin correctly, so you shouldn't wipe it all off. That's my understanding of it. Terry, Lisa, your nose is growing. Hello, Crystal. Do I owe you a happy dance, Crystal? Okay, yes, and okay. Now I have to get up because now this is, Okay, are we ready? That's all you get, guys. I used to be quite a dancer, but I am not, and especially when I'm this tired. All right, I think I'm caught up on happy dances. Yeah, Cassie knows. Who are you trying to convince? That's what I want to know. Who are you trying to convince? So how many have made the fabric box from Sunday? Because that seemed like a fairly popular video. I liked it. I love those boxes. Okay, this is what my block is looking like so far. I wish YouTube allowed us to have pictures so you guys could show me yours. I do. But they don't. And you know, you could use much wider strips than what I am, but I'm trying to get a lot of different colors and prints into just one quilt block. So that's why I'm using the narrower strips. As well, if you, I wanted to mention, if you have some pieced, like say this was in 3 different fabrics, use it. Go right along there and use that. That is awesome. The scrappier the better. You guys know me. Scrappy, scrappy. Alright, I'm going to sew this. See if I can. Ingrid, hello. Well, that happy dance was for you too. You know, we got to give all, that was my 3rd of the night. So I'm only being silly so many times. She says she loves a happy dance. Jody, hi Ella. I live close to the Tecumseh Amphitheater. I don't know. It's Shelley. Your pieces are cut and fused for the fabric box. Yeah, I hope you're. We'll post it on the Facebook group when you're done. That would be awesome. Anne says I'll be making the block soon. I have lots of strips. I haven't made box yet. Too many irons in my fire. Yeah, I'll be making the boxes. I like to work on and finish everything before I start the next thing. I understand. Hey Honor, when did you get here? Good to see you. About to drive home from work. See you in a bit. Well, you won't be here much longer, unfortunately, sweet girl. Donna, Richie, I don't know if I got to say hello to you. Hello. Oh, you're just getting here. Yeah, we're not too far from the end. I am. I'll be a little bit longer, but not a whole lot longer. I'm really tired tonight. Not feeling my. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't feel good. I don't feel sick. I feel tired, just very tired. But I'm sure by the sound of my voice that I'm coming down with something, because why not? It just seems to be the thing to do, right? But yeah, I wish that YouTube gave us the ability to put picture comments in, but I understand why they don't, but still would be nice, I think. And shouldn't my opinion count for something? Yeah, I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about the number of subscribers that I have, which is, at this point, I think it's 37? I can't remember. I have to go look. I have 3768. And when I started, you want to know how many subscribers I wanted to have? My goal was 100. And I honest to God thought if I got 100 subscribers, I would be so happy, because I thought if there's 100 people out there who care about what I have to say, which I didn't think was very much, as well as for any of my new subscribers, I always hated having my picture taken, like hated it. As if you were to ask any of my family members, they would have to kick, fight, and drag me into photos. But I got in front of the video camera And I was fine. I don't really stumble over my words. I mean, yeah, every once in a while I say the wrong thing or blah, 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 but that happens in regular conversation. But I hardly ever have to refilm anything. And I don't edit out mistakes. I'll tell you exactly how I made that mistake and how to fix it, because if I look at it this way, if I were to not show you those mistakes and then you make a mistake and you're thinking, well, gee, every time she does it or so-and-so on that channel does it, it turns out perfect. You're going to get discouraged and you're not going to want to do anything. And if I do anything at all, it is to encourage you to just use your creativity. So if you get discouraged because you think that I or someone else doesn't make any mistakes, then I'm not being fair and I'm not being honest. So anyway, enough about that. Let me see. Gotta go back. Hey, Sherlock, good to see you. Oh, good. We're getting more pictures on YouTube, on Facebook. Jody, my hubby, and I go down there once in a while. I bought some music speakers there. Love the string block. I've made many. It has redeemed me from those crumbs. Zippy, hello. It's Zippy. Good to see you. Love watching your quilt alongs. You are very welcome. Okay, Giovanna, thank you so much. Good night in Italy. It was so good to have you here. Janice is working on an Irish chain table topper. I bet that is gorgeous. Yeah, Terry, that's exactly why YouTube doesn't allow it, because you can imagine what would happen. You can imagine. Lorraine, extreme exhaustion for about 3 days before I found out it was COVID. Hope that you don't have it. I don't think I do. My granddaughter had a cold, and she was here, so I probably have her cold. Nanny, you catch the rest whenever you can, sweet lady, and that's okay. I'm almost done. I need to iron these open, and, Cassie, thank you. And thank you, Nanny, for showing up. I appreciate that. Cassie, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming and joining us. It was good to see you. You have a good night. Lisa, please remember. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. Good night from small town Ontario, Canada. I love this. Oh, Mona, are you going or are you saying bye to someone? I get confused very easy, as you can see. So, some of you, I don't think anyone that's on the chat tonight, but some of my subscribers have joined that quilt block swap group that I'm a part of, and that has been fun, because when they join, the woman that runs the group, like, since I how do you say it? I can't think of the word. I'm getting tired. When you tell someone about a group or a something and you get them to join, you're giving them I can't think of the word. And anyway, she will let you be partners with that person. So one of my subscribers, and I won't name her for privacy's sake, but her and I are going to be partners this month for her first quilt block swap. And it's a fun group. I mostly just swap the crazy blocks because I love crazy blocks. And there's most generally one going on. It's a scrap quilt group. So it's a scrap quilt swap group. Okay. Anyone doing any block of months in 2023? I made the mistake of doing 2 this year. I'm not, Jody, but you know. Lupe. Let me just tell you a story. It's a lot like yours. I started this channel to use up my scraps. And I use a lot of scraps. But I have more scraps than when I started. So I understand. I can call you Lukey. I like that, Lukey. Hey, Barbara, welcome. 11 p.m. here in Yorkshire, England. I will watch the replay to see what I missed. There's not a lot of teaching going on, I'll be honest with you, Barbara. There's a lot of chit-chat. Oh, I'll catch the rest in a minute. I've got to get this sewn. Is Mikey still here? I didn't see him leave, but I haven't seen him chat. I was just going to ask about Aunt Di, but I see her. Hard to keep track with everyone. I think I might have a nice hot cup of hot cocoa before bed. That sounds very nice. I wish I liked tea and coffee. I mean, there have been some that I will drink. One of my subscribers and friends sent me some tea from England. And I had some of it. It wasn't, I shouldn't say it wasn't, it sounds terrible to say it wasn't bad, but if you're not a tea drinker, you're not a tea drinker. But I never really was much for hot liquids. I usually drank cold liquids. So it's harder to get used to them. And I wasn't raised drinking tea, and I don't like coffee at all. Nothing about it. I don't like the flavor of coffee at all. Oops, I don't want to double that. Goodness. I used up all the fabrics that I had cut. Look at the back. I love looking at the back because they're so cool. I've got to cut a couple. I've got to cut a couple of more pieces. So whatever shall I use? Ooh, that one's nice, huh? And I like this cat one. I don't know if you guys saw this one. I've used it in something else too. It has cats on it, and it's really like psychedelic. I like it. Want one with a little bit of bling color. There's some bling color. Because I only need 2 pieces, and I'll be done. Of course, I could probably get the square out of it, but that's all right. I get to talk to you guys for a few more minutes, right? Oh, goodness. Yeah, on Wednesday, we are going to draw for the Creative Word of the Day winner. I'm going to ask again. I'll ask now because I'm thinking about it. But there was a woman that won a contest. It wasn't the Creative Word of the Day. It was the reaching 2,000 subscriber. Or was it 3,000? Sorry, I don't remember. But her name on YouTube is Nanny Gale, I believe too, and it's spelled Nannygayle, and she had won. Now, it was her very first comment that she had ever made on my channel when she won. And I have tried to contact her. She has made other comments since, and I have replied to her comments and told her that she won, and she has yet to contact me. So I don't think that she is reading the replies to her comments on YouTube. But if anyone knows who this person is, Nanny Gale too, would you please let her know that she is a winner? And I'm going to read the comments in just 1 minute. I'm just going to sew these last 2 pieces. Iron them open, and as I say in my videos, I will meet you over at the sewing table, the craft table, that little $30 table we bought. Now that table has come in handy. My only regret is that we bought it in black instead of white, and the reason is because the white would have shown the fabric a lot better. Alright, so this is what you should have. Something resembling a block with all these little things sticking out all over the place. Every time I've been throwing my scraps on the floor, it makes me think. I had a subscriber this week make a comment, and they said, "Did I see you throw your threads on the floor?" And I'm like, guilty. That's me. Okay, Shelly, to enter, I'm going to scroll back up. This is the first thing I see. Where do you enter the contest word? Okay, during each Wednesday and Sunday, okay, the Sunday tutorials and the What's Up Wednesdays, I give a creative word of the day. And I'm sure with as many videos as you've been watching that you've heard that. But what you do is, like, let's say that the word of the day is table. You go to the comments section below that video and you use that word in a sentence. You might say, my sewing table is piled up with scraps, or my kitchen table is a mess of dishes. You know, you just use that creative word of the day in a sentence below the video. But if I give the word during a live stream, like I do on What's Up Wednesday during a live stream, you have to wait until after the live stream is over and enter it in the comments section. Okay, I need to scroll back up. Boy, you guys have been really chatting here. Goodness. Okay, I was right here past there. Barbara had said what time it was in Yorkshire. Aunt Di, I seen several, wasn't sure which group you're in. Thanks for joining, Barbara. Good night, restaurant. Yeah, I know I can buy scraps. Like, was that a good thing? I think not. But I love her scraps. Like, aren't someone else's scraps always better? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever swapped scraps in a group or something, but someone else's scraps are always more fun than your own. Okay, Kathy, Marie, I'm reminding folks, watch their backing square when making this block. Be sure your backing strip is straight so you don't accidentally sew it scrunched underneath. I almost did. I have done that. That's why I'm laughing. I have done that. Good reminder. Thank you, Kathy. Mikey says you will be around for a while. I think you mean me and my YouTube channel. I hope so, Mikey. Thank you. Hello, Laura. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. Just got home. We're almost done, but that's okay. We're glad you're here. Aunt Di is working hard, and Lynn loves chit-chat so much. Don't we all? Oh, let's see. Scraps onto the back, close as you go. English tea is wonderful. I'm sure it is, Elena. Lisa, whoa, wait. Marie, did we miss your post trying Vegemite? Are you on my Facebook group? I tried it and I posted it on the Facebook group. Are you on the Facebook group, Lisa? If you are, I will tag you in it. I don't want to give it away. I just can't remember, Lisa, if you're on the group or not. Thank you, Crystal. Stella Ann says, I don't know if we can be friends if you don't like coffee. The thing is I don't like coffee flavored anything. The first time I remember tasting coffee flavor, I was at my great-grandmother's, and my aunt gave my sister and I, she asked us if we wanted ice cream. And what kid, at 7 years old, doesn't say yeah to ice cream? And I put it in my mouth, and I'm like, what is that taste? And I went over to the sink, and I spit it out. And boy, I had been taught, you don't do that. So I gave my sister my ice cream, and I thought it had spoiled or something. Yeah, I gave it to my sister. I get it. Ha. But it was coffee flavored. And so I did try coffee after that. If you think of the worst thing you've ever tasted, that's me with coffee. I like the smell of it brewing, but I can't. Oh no, it doesn't matter what you put in it. I can't. I just can't. Yeah, Honor, I don't know. It's going to happen. We've been out to Walmart and stuff. It was probably only a matter of time. Ella, get some Snickers creamer for coffee. That's the only way I can drink it. I can't. I appreciate that, but I've had people say, oh, try this or this. You can't taste the coffee in it. I can taste the coffee in anything. Because like I said, if you think of a food that absolutely disgusts you to the point of gagging, that's me with coffee. I have thought often, if I were somewhere and I couldn't have water, juice, whatever, there was nothing but coffee, I would be going without liquids because I can't get it down. It's terrible. Ooh, I love that catitude. Selena, Marie, people actually drink Vegemite melted in hot water. It's disgusting. Now that I don't think I could do. I'm with you, Selena. I just don't think so. Not a tea drinker here, but coffee by the pot will work. Joe. Steve is your hubby and you're Joe. Okay, if I got that right. Hey, Rose. Better late than never. Here she comes strolling in last minute. There's Rosie. Good to see you. Lisa. Thank you, Terry. Missed it. Yes. Okay, so I will tag you, Lisa, over on the group. So chocolate caramel creamer in my coffee night. It's really good. And that's where Shelley asked about the creative word of the day. I'm getting caught up. I'm trying. Yeah, the contest word in the chat under the video after the live stream, except for there is no word of the day during a quilt along. They're only Wednesday live stream and the Sunday tutorials. Jean says, I like half coffee, half hot chocolate. I still can't do that, but I appreciate it. Terry has the same rivet press, loves it, great for bag making. I hope so, only I bought the wrong size rivets, so I'm still without. Ingrid, are you sewing your scrap fabric onto muslin? That is a very good eye. I most definitely am. Now I'm getting ready to trim it. No, I'm not completely caught up here. I'm going to try to do really quickly. Rose, it tastes like hot chocolate. It's a carnation creamer. I've heard if you don't throw things on the floor, you're not crafting. I like that, Laura. Hey, Gundi, how are you? Good to see you. Glad you stopped in. Thank you, Maxine. I tried to get it really colorful, and I think I did. I think that turned out nice. Once I get it all squared off, we'll get the real look. Laura's going to watch the replay. Gundi is baking bread. I thought I smelled something really good. Barbara, I've been known to stitch a scrap or two to the back while stitching strips to the front. It's perfectly reasonable thing, isn't it, ladies? Guys, there's guys here too. I shouldn't say ladies. Yeah. Yeah, you are in the Facebook group, Lisa. I thought you were. I drink cold brewed coffee. It's much smoother than perked. That's good. I hope you enjoy it. I still couldn't do it. Think of drinking liver. Think of purifying liver in a blender with some water and trying to get it down. That would be like me with coffee. I can't do it. Crystal says I can't handle cilantro. Mikey thinks it's funny. Ella, you hate coffee flavor too. You just have to put a bunch of Snickers. I just don't think I could. I just don't think I could. I don't know. And Terry says, I even love coffee ice cream. Lisa, I just got a pint of Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream. Love, love, love English black breakfast tea. Howdy, y'all, Sherry. Howdy to you. All right, I'm going to spray. Thank you for showing up, Sherry. We are almost done. We got a few minutes left. I'm going to spray my block. Anyone who's ever missed it, before I cut my block to size, I use sizing. Ta-da, the Vanna White thing, the Marie White thing. So I'm going to be using sizing, but this one's empty, and I forgot to throw it away. But I spray my block because it firms it up, and then I get a nice crisp cut. And I make sure that there is no water or steam on in my iron. Good and hot. I spray and I let it set for a minute. Ella, are you still here? I met Ella in that swap group that I was just telling you guys about. That's where Ella and I met. We were partners on a block swap. She is a very meticulous, nice sewer, I don't know. I never know the correct terminology. I call people a sewer, except for when you type it, it looks like they're a sewer. We don't want to be that now, do we? Okay, now that's the front. And I'm going to spray the back. Then I get to trim it. One more time with the rotary cutter. The dangerous tool of the night. Strangers in the night. I had one of my subscribers say, I love how you just say whatever pops in your head. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. I said when I first started this channel, you guys are taking your life in your hands. You never know what I'm going to say. Whatever. Blended liver, yuck. I gotcha. A thread catcher and keep it by my machine. I actually have one that someone gifted me right here. I tried to get in the habit of using it, but it's never where I need it to be, which is kind of like me with a pin cushion. That's why I wear them on my wrist, but I probably should get used to it. Now, I'm going to square this off before I put it on here, because this thing's just way too big. Way too big. I'm just going to, all I'm going to do here is cut the edges past the white. I'm not cutting the white, which I know is larger than what I need, but I'm just trimming it enough so that I can see it, to see what I'm doing. But yeah, I had some muslin, and I had some, what is it, Osnaburg or whatever they call it. I have that too. So I just grabbed a piece of muslin for this. I usually have some cotton sheets because if I find them at the secondhand store or yard sale, I like to use those cotton sheets. I found some from like the 50s or 60s at a yard sale. a number of years ago. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, whoops, and keep my Lazy Susan cutting mat together. I have this laid on my Lazy Susan cutting mat, which I need to get a bigger one of now that you guys have told me there's a bigger one, because this one, for a 12.5-inch block, it's still hard to do. Okay, so it is larger. I'm going to lay this how I think it is the prettiest layout. Okay, so Sherry, we're glad you joined us. Terry, I'm a vegetarian. I know how you feel about coffee. There are things I can't handle. That is it. That is, you get it, girlfriend. You do. Mikey, it's funny. Laura, Brussels sprouts. That's why they call it sizing. You got it, Crystal. Elena, but liverwurst I do like. I've never tried it. To be honest, I've never tried it. Sherry says, I'm always late. Glad I caught a little. That's better than missing out completely. That's the attitude we like to hear. Crystal says, I have liverwurst in my fridge. I get it about once a year. No one helps me eat it. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. The Brussels sprouts grilled with balsamic vinegar. Ooh, yes. Lisa Marie, the only thing Vanna has over you is sparklier clothing and a few $1 million. Yeah, and less thread on her clothing. Thank you, Lisa. Laura, my sister loves it that way. Rose, you may have answered this already, sorry, but won't the thickness of this block be different than the rest? It will be. And you don't necessarily have to do it like that, but to me, it's a scrap quilt. I don't really see anything all that different in it because I'm not using any batting in there or anything, so... but that is a good question, Rose. I appreciate it, and I think it's okay for me. I don't foresee any issues with it. Watching for Kathy, you are busy, and I grew up listening to him. My mother and my grandmother loved his music. Selena, put your thread catcher on a belt around your waist. I got a big waist these days. Elena, and Scrapple. I don't care what's in it. Very tasty. I don't know what Scrapple is. Let's see. Kathy, I'm trying to catch up really quick. Bottom bright color before you cut. I agree. Ideally, I love them too. Brenda, I hate the smell of coffee and the taste. Thank you. I'm not alone. There's at least a couple. Lupe, probably just because, if I were sewing it just for myself, I wouldn't. But because I'm doing a tutorial and I have a lot of beginners that are watching, I want to make sure they don't leave themselves a little too short. So I do it, and there is some waste there. There's not, a ton of it, but there is. But I do it because of the beginners. I just want them, if they slide with that ruler and their rotary cutter and they make a mistake, they've got enough to kind of make up for it. Mikey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You have a good night. Let me see. What am I missing here? All right, I'm going to trim this up. I am going to trim this up. I don't know which one I want to do. I like both of these corners. I like this corner because I love that fabric. But I like this corner too. Decisions. All right, I'm just going to go for it. Someone, somewhere along the way, will be upset with me, I'm sure, on which one I chose, but... Yeah, I definitely need to get a different cutting mat. I just moved it. No, I'm not even kidding. Uh-oh, I need a new blade. I have a piece over here, but because my blade didn't go through it, I need to cut it again. Make sure everything is where it should be. That's why I'm not talking. I'm one of those people who can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I gotta make sure I do this right. And I messed it up anyway. Well, I didn't mess it up. It could have been short. And it wasn't. All right. I'm going to get out my little green thingy here. Let's see. Scrapple is a Pennsylvania thing for sure. It's a lot of leftover animal parts, cornmeal, and seasoning. Okay, take your word for it. Kathy, I sewed the block tonight. Terry, what table did you buy for $30? Do you mean when I said the black table? They were on clearance. They now have them, and I think it was through Walmart. It was Walmart or Amazon, but I'm pretty sure it was Walmart. Because they still have the same table, but it's not $30 anymore, and it's not a folding. How often do I change my rotary blade? No sooner than I have to. The minute it starts to skip, I change it because it's just more pain than it's worth at that point. Okay, you guys ready? Ta-da! Block number 8. All right. Terry, I made the same face. Okay, I'm going to go over the blocks in no particular order. But I got out some of my blocks tonight. And some of these, most of these, I have 2 of the same. I have one here that is larger than 12.5, and I have to cut it down. This is one of my favorite blocks because I love this. Well, Selena, I'm glad I could entertain you. Here's my potato chip block, or one of them. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you liked it. I bet yours are just as gorgeous, and I can't wait to see. This is my Tula Pink block. Ta-da-da-da. No, I won't judge. I say that. Okay, this is the one I need to trim. I say that about the Scrapple, but it just doesn't sound appetizing. But then again, I eat things that are regional here that don't sound appetizing, but they are. But, you know, I had to try to be funny because that's just how I am. Okay, this is the block I need to cut down to 12.5. And then this is one of my crazy blocks because I have one quilt going where I have this lavender in every block to try to pull it together. But my other blocks are over there, and I just grabbed one of each, and I didn't get too picky. And there is my crumb block. So there's all 8. And I know a lot of you are all caught up. A few of you aren't. That's okay. There's probably liver in it. I can eat liver as long as it's mixed with everything else. I don't like it by itself, but you know. Everything in it but the nose. Puppies, says Lisa. Do I drink Moxie? I don't. I've tried it. I didn't really care for it. It's very strong flavored, but I know there's a lot of people who love it. Elena, you do you. Janice, your block is very pretty. I hope mine will look as good. I'm positive it will. Seriously, when you lay out your scraps, just lay them and go dark light or dark medium and just the different widths, and yours will be perfect, I'm sure. Okay. Thank you, Terry. She loves the crazy block. You could never get that applique to download. Lynn, I wonder if I could send it to you in an email. Why don't you email me to remind me at mariescrappycreations@yahoo.com. I'll see if I can do that. If you want to. I mean, maybe you moved on and you did something else. Elena, we bought it one time. It disintegrated while frying in the pan. Okay, Lupe, thank you so much. I'm so glad you were here for the full thing. That was really nice, and I hope you have a great time sewing. Ella finished up her jar openers. Yay! Selena, there are 12 blocks. I have, if you go to the YouTube channel, under playlists, you'll see the quilt along, and there is one where it's right at the beginning, and I tell all the information for the quilt along. I can't remember what the name of it is. I don't know if one of my moderators could go grab that link or not, but it tells you everything, and it shows, I made like a drawing of approximately how big it will be, where the sashing will be, what I might do for a border, and things like that. Ella, I made a crazy quilt bag once and no one liked it. Really? Like, what's wrong with them? That's crazy. It's crazy. Kathy, it's best to slice and freeze than put in the pan. Did it taste good? Ew, liver. Honor, thank you. She's been watching from the grocery store parking lot. She's got to run in now. Well, we're glad that you stayed out of the store long enough to watch. You're welcome, Lynn. Okay, just email me or I will forget. And don't expect an immediate response. Liver with onions, gravy, and mashed potato. Yeah, that's not too bad. I can eat it. I just wouldn't eat it every week. But last call, give a thumbs up. Could I make a butterfly pattern? I have actually made a butterfly block before, Luda. I did it for a quilt group that I'm a part of because it wasn't my pattern. So could I? Probably. But there's not going to be one in this quilt along, if that's what you mean. Unfortunately. I'm sorry. Okay, Kathy, goodbye. Okay, everyone. We've been going for almost 2 hours. So I am going to say good night. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Oh, even my iron is beeping at me. But you know what time it is? Bedtime. It's 7:35 p.m. This chickie is going to get ready to go to bed. I'm going to be in my jammies. Good night. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And I want to thank everyone for being here. It's been a great time. Thank you, as always. You guys are absolutely the best, and I don't say that lightly. I tell everyone, my subscribers are the best. Oh, you're welcome, Selena. Thank you, Crystal. All right, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care. And until next time, you know the saying. Dig into that scrap pile. Get creative. And be kind out there. The world needs more of that. And oh boy, does the world need more of that. Thank you all. Take care. Thank you, Shirley, Rose, Joy, Laura, Sherry, Lynn, everybody, Lisa, Elena,